So today I wanted to talk about a book that had a huge impact on my life. For better or worse, this is Mysteries of the Unexplained. Published by Reader's Digest in 1982, this book is a collection of over 600 stories, collected from various news reports and eyewitness accounts, all dealing with the mysterious and unexplained. I spent hours poring over this book as a little kid, from its big glossy cover to its great artwork and photos. This mysterious tome of forbidden knowledge was like a magnet to me. It hit right at that sweet spot between terror and enthrallment, and left my younger self with a fair amount of irrational phobias. This book is split into 5 distinct sections, each dealing with its own area of weird expertise. Starting off, we have Beyond the Walls of Time, and this deals with all manner of prophecies and coincidences, from Nostradamus and crystal balls to the televised prediction of John Lennon's assassination. This part of the book is full of time-warping weirdness. This chapter contains a really cool section of historical anomalies, like accounts of archaeologists finding human and dinosaur bones together, mummified humans 8 inches tall, and living animals found encased in solid rock thousands of years old. The next section is definitely one of the most chilling, unearthly fates, and this guy's face just says it all. This part of the book turns up the gore and horror and really gets into some nightmarish stuff. There's an entire section devoted to spontaneous human combustion, and I never would have thought spontaneously combusting was such a big thing, but this section goes on for like 14 pages, just full of people bursting into flames for no good reason. Next, we delve into the gritty accounts of inexplicable crimes and assaults. I always liked this story. It's an account from Chicago, where a steel wrecking ball was hanging hundreds of feet in the air. The construction workers left it up overnight, and when they returned in the morning, it was missing, never to be seen again. And the fun continues as this section goes into the cattle mutilation phenomenon. Get ready to read all about harvested organs, mysterious cloaked figures, and cord rectums in this upbeat segment. Next, we have an index of infernal encounters with some gruesome tales of demonic possession through the ages. I remember this story vividly from my childhood. 2 boys in France who drew demonic faces on their wall and began talking to them. They would then involuntarily contort into impossible and painful positions, or would bloat up and vomit out feathers, slime, and seaweed. Next, the book goes into a section on various curses from around the world. From voodoo dolls to tribal death songs, this section will give you a plethora of options next time you need to get back at those annoying neighbors or coworkers. The next stop on our bizarre journey takes us to the world of mysterious appearances and disappearances. From the missing Roanoke colony to Jimmy Hoffa and the Bermuda Triangle, this part of the book will raise way more questions than it goes anywhere near answering. Moving on, this next section is definitely a winner, Monsters and More. It has information about all of our old friends like the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot, then goes into a spooky segment all about ghosts and apparitions. I remember this whacked out photo appearing in a number of my nightmares. It supposedly shows the faces of 2 sailors who died at sea, appearing in the water below deck of their ship. The Unquiet Sky is the next investigation. It opens with a long list of bizarre things that have fallen out of the sky at various points in history. From eyeball-shaped hailstones, blood, and eels, you'll definitely want to keep an umbrella on hand after you read this part. Next, we have a sizable portion on UFOs. From biblical accounts of Ezekiel to Area 51, this section covers all the classics and some more obscure encounters. I always got a kick out of this guy's story. A farmer who supposedly found 2 alien beings cooking on some sort of stove in his barn. Naturally, the man asked the visitors for some of their food, and they gave him what he described as space pancakes, which apparently didn't taste very good. And this picture here of the Flatwoods monster scared the crap out of me as a kid. The following pages account all manner of atmospheric and astronomical anomalies throughout the ages. It's got stories about strange lights on the moon, bizarre weather patterns, and ball lightning. This is a pretty long section, covering phenomena from the year 1178 up to 1975. And we come to the last chapter, which is called In the Realm of Miracles. This part obviously focuses on miracles and miracle-related things. The first segment is cures and immunities. There are stories about people who are burned and hanged coming out unscathed, soldiers recovering from being shot in the head, and a scientific study from 1980 on Tibetan monks who could raise their body temperature at will. And a man known as the human cork who would always float no matter how much weight was attached to him. Moving on, we have Signs and Wonders. This section deals with a large number of miracles and visions attributed to various saints. I like the story of this dude, St. Francis, who was known as kind of a loser around town until one day he just got up and started to fly around, and everybody loved it. There's actually a lot of accounts of people levitating and flying about, more than I would have expected. And it also touches on statues and icons weeping blood and things like that. And that pretty much wraps up this real quick summary of Mysteries of the Unexplained. Like I said, there are over 600 different accounts in this book, so I definitely skipped past many cool stories. Over the years, I've encountered a lot of people who had similar childhood experiences with this book. It was pretty common back in the olden times when physical media was still a thing. Did any of you have any interesting memories of this book or favorite stories that burnt themselves into your brains? Let me know in the comments section down below, and if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, throw us a like or subscription. Everything really helps out. And that's the end of the show today. Thanks for coming along with me on this nostalgic look back at Mysteries of the Unexplained, and until next time, keep it weird.